Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Christian and it's good to see you again. I hope you've been well. This has been a wonderful month of school and Toronto Film School, and I'm so excited because I want to share with you a few things that I've been learning. On this channel we're learning about film school and story, creating story, what creates a good story, all those kind of things, camera principles, video production online. And we also get to see some really cool waistcoats. That's right, you got it! One of the concepts we were talking about in our story fundamentals class was this dynamic in a story where you have above the line and below the line characters in a story. Usually in above the line, those are the kings or the monarchs or the royalty or people that are really with the power, with the wealth that lead the society. And the below the line people are the masses, the people that are trying to rebel against the monarchs, whoever's in charge. So those people below the line represent a much greater number of people and usually who the crowd is cheering for, unless the hero is in the above the line category. What's fascinating to me is that the above the line and below the line is always depicted as a struggle for power. You know, we go through history and we look at how we've had monarchy, or we've had oligarchies, we've had tyranny, and eventually we've kind of come to democracy. And that's what we know now in our world. But there's always this transition of power, right? I've only been alive 27 years and I haven't seen all the transitions of how power goes from the below the line people to the above the line people. And whenever there's a power transfer, it's always because the below the line people are in some way rising up to fight against the above the line people. Again, the people with all the power and all the money are up there. And whatever society you're in, let's say you're in a monarch society, the people below the line are trying to get power from the monarch. Or maybe you're in a democratic society, the people below the line are trying to get power from the government. So in essence, the above the line people rule over the below the line people, the masses. The masses are always looking for justice or justification inside of the society so that there's an equal balance of power and wealth. In most stories, in most cultures or history that you've seen, the people above the line will always be holding that power, holding on to it as tight as they can, while the people below the line are trying to reach for it and trying to grasp for that power in some way, whether that's through revolution or negotiation or fighting back. And this is true with any like superhero or super god or something like that, where you can think of a story where they're above the line, you know, you can, the masses can never attain to that. They look up to the hero. He's some unattainable quality because he's had a supernatural event happen in his life or something like that, or he's got a quality about him that allows him to be supernatural. And what's so fascinating to me, and one of the reasons I love Christianity the most, is because the above the line, which we would all consider, or at least initially consider, the hierarchy, the leaders, God himself, Jesus, instead of him holding that power and saying, you must serve me, he decides to come below the line and actually experience life with his people. He comes below that line and he says, I know what it's like to go through pain. I know what it's like to be on the receiving end of the world order. I know what it's like to be part of the masses. In the Bible, there's a verse in Philippians 2 that basically says, Jesus did not consider equality with God something to be grasped or something to be attained, but rather he humbled himself and came below the line to serve. And that's one of the reasons I love Christianity the most, because Jesus knows how to have a personal relationship with me where I'm at, below the line or above the line, because he's been on both sides.